In today's YouTube video, guys, I'm going to be showing you the new top 5 best guns to use here in Modern Warfare 3 Season 3. Now, in yesterday's update, a lot of weapons got nerfed and buffed, so it's time to change what weapons you use here in Modern Warfare 3. So if you guys are new here and find this video to help, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel with notifications on, and let's get into it. Now, jumping into our first weapon, guys, we have the MCW. Now, this weapon, unfortunately, did get a nerf yesterday, where this weapon could no longer 4-shot kill. So with this build, I went ahead and fixed some attachments up and made this where this weapon can 4-shot kill still at any range. Also, we have some new attachments to go on this build. So for our first attachment, guys, we are going to start with the rear grip, and as always, we are going to be adding on the PSL grip. Now, this can help with firing aiming stability, which is super important for the MCW, but also we are getting some recoil control and gun kick control for those longer range gunfights. But at any range, any gunfight, you need some stability, help the weapon be more calm, more smooth, more accurate when firing and everything. But also, again, it is a bonus. We are getting some gun kick control and recoil control for those longer range gunfights, so we are going to be adding this on for our first attachment here. Now, we're going to jump up here to the optic next and add on the MK3 reflector. Now, to be honest, this is my favorite, like, I guess you could say original optic that came here in Modern Warfare 3, but there is so many good choices, like the Jack glasses, and there's so many good Modern Warfare 2 optics as well, so choose what you guys like. I know there's a lot of good options, so go ahead and add on your favorite optic, but for me, we're going to be using the MK3 reflector. Next, guys, we are going to the barrel here, a must-have attachment. I mean, I'm telling you guys, every person needs to be running this barrel on the MCW from now on. That is the Cyclone long barrel here. Now, this can help with bullet velocity and range, aiming out of sway, and firing aiming stability. Again, making the weapon more calm and smooth when firing, very important. We are getting bullet velocity and range, very important here. A 15% increase in our effective and minimum damage range, so our bullets traveling further, hitting harder, taking less bullets to kill. Also, that 18% increase in our bullet velocity, so our bullets traveling much faster now. So in any gunfight, any range, we have that advantage, and this attachment here is going to make us have a 4-bullet kill. So add this on, again, a must-have attachment here. Now, this next attachment is a new attachment I've been running on the MCW, which I've ran it a lot, I just haven't run it on the MCW before, and that's going to be the Zemin 35 compensated flash hider. Now, in rank play, if you're going to use this build in rank play, the flash hider that everyone runs got nerfed, so the Zemin 35 is going to be your next go-to. Shorten that radar ping, we're getting extra vertical and horizontal recoil control, and also more firing aiming stability. Now, the two things that you need to look at here is going to be the shorten of the radar ping, so it basically kind of works like a suppressor. It's going to help you be more stealthy, to be honest, and also we are getting more firing aiming stability. Again, just being more stealthy, making the weapon more stable, more smooth when firing, and that's going to be very important. And then going into our final attachment, guys, we are going to the underbarrel. The DR6 got nerfed, so we're not going to be running this anymore. So what we're going to be running now is going to be the Edge BW4 hand stop grip. It kind of works like a hand stop, but it's going to be a little bit better than the DR6 now. So make sure to go ahead and throw this on for your final attachment. Now, for my next weapon, guys, we have the FGX HORUS, which is the brand new SMG here in Modern Warfare 3. And a lot of people are saying, which I agree here, is now the best SMG here in Modern Warfare 3. It replaces the Ram 9, it replaces the Swarm and the Rival 9. This is now the best SMG that you need to start using. And of course, I got you with a nice class here. Now, for the stock here for our first attachment, guys, we are going to be adding on the Lopper LXD stock, aiming out of sway, recoil control, gun control, and firing aiming stability. All these things right here for this SMG are very important. With this weapon having a fast fire rate, not the best recoil control, they do not work well together, so we need to have this attachment on, make the weapon easier to control, not kick up as much, make it more stable, more calm, more smooth when firing. So we're going to be adding this on for our first attachment here for this SMG here. Now, we're going to the optic next for our next attachment here, guys, and we're going to be going over here until we reach the Jack glasses optic. Now, I think this is a must-have attachment here on this weapon. The iron sights are not the best on this weapon. With the visual recoil it has, the fast fire and everything, it is difficult to see out of the iron sights, so we're going to be adding this on. We get a better picture while aimed down sights. We get a blue dot, which everyone loves. Also, you're getting firing aiming stability, which is going to help out a ton. Firing aiming stability is going to be the key thing about this weapon, and I have to say right now, stability is probably the most important thing here in Modern Warfare 3 now. With all these weapons basically getting a sprint of fire speed buff, the stability is that next important thing here in my opinion. So we're going to be adding this on, a must-have attachment in my opinion. But like I say in my videos though, there's a lot of good optics. Go ahead and add on your favorite here for your next attachment. Now we're going to the barrel next here and adding on the Martis Heavy Barrel. Now I rather have this one on rather than the long barrel, because with this weapon it is a pea shooter at those longer range gunfights. So with this build, I would rather you be up close and in those medium ranges rather than those long range gunfights. Be more aggressive, just be in people's faces. This is the weapon that you need to use this for. if you have to take your long range gunfights, again, I would rather have this barrel on because you have to be accurate, you have to control your weapon. Yes, you are getting better damage and everything with this attachment, but you have to hit your shots regardless of what gunfight you're in. So I'd rather have this one on, gun kick control, recoil control, and more firing aiming stability, and this is why I'm going with this attachment here. Now, we're going to be skipping the muzzle here and going to the underbarrel, and we're going to be going over here until we reach the Bruin Heavy Support Grip, gun kick control, aiming auto sway, horizontal recoil control, and more firing aiming stability. Overall, just a really important attachment here, just like the barrel, just like every other attachment here. We are getting more recoil control, more stability, making this weapon easy to control at any range if you have to take those gunfights at longer ranges. This attachment will come in clutch, so of course, we'll be adding this on. And then going to our final attachment, guys, to make us more of an official run and gun type of player here, so we don't have to reload all the time getting into those gunfights. We are going to be adding on that 48 round mag, so we don't have to reload every time we get a kill or two. Get hit with that COD timing, so we don't have to slow our flow down reloading all the time. So make sure to have it on the 48 round mag for our final attachment. Now for our next weapon in today's list, guys, we have the MTZ-556, which in my opinion is now the best assault rifle here in Modern Warfare 3. The MCW got nerfed, the Holger 556 got nerfed, so now, in my opinion, after its buff, I think it got in like Season 2 or the Season 2 Reloaded update, this is now the best assault rifle in my opinion here. But for this class up, guys, we are going to start with the rear grip, and as always for my build, the Bruin 24 assault grip is going on for that first attachment for the MTZ-556. Firing aiming stability, probably the most important thing here about this assault rifle. This weapon has fast fire, but it has good recoil control, so I don't really have to worry about that. It is a bonus. We are getting some gun kick control and recoil control, but the main thing about this weapon attachment, we are getting stability. Most important thing, keeping the weapon more smooth is really important here. Now we're going to be jumping over here to the stock next and adding on the Bruin Arch Angle MK2 stock. Now this is a really good attachment in my opinion, just because these other ones are just giving us recoil control. We really don't need that, and these other ones are also giving us movement speed and everything, but I don't want to take away any stability or anything, and we are gaining stability with the Arch Angle MK2 stock here. Gun kick control and firing aiming stability. This is probably the most important thing here on the MTZ that you need to have is stability. The gun kick control is going to help in those longer range gunfights. Maybe you have a little bit of difficulty, controlling the weapon still, so it is going to help you control the weapon a little bit better in those gunfights, but stability is the most important thing here, so of course we will be adding this on. Now jumping over here to the optic, guys, we're going to be adding on the MK3 reflector. Now like I say in all my videos when it comes to optics, choose what you guys like. I know there's a lot of good options. I'm not going to go in depth with this. This is my favorite go-to optic here in Modern Warfare 3, but there is so many good choices here, from the slate reflector, the Niter model, the quarter classic, the Coro Eagle's Eye. I mean, just again, so many good options here, but for me, I like to use the MK3 reflector. Now, we're jumping over here to the barrel next. Now, a lot of people could argue which is the go-to barrel for this weapon. For me, I like to use the Clinch Pro barrel better than the Drifter, which I would understand why people run this. You get recoil control, gun kick control, better damage range, and everything like that. But for me personally, with this weapon already having good recoil control, I would rather have a faster bullet velocity and get a little bit of damage range. And also, it's not going to hurt the weapons, like, sprint the fire speed as much as you guys see here. So we're going to be adding this on. I think like the Clinch Pro is better than the Drifter Heavy, so it's really up to you on what you want to run. You can run either or, but for me, preference wise, I do think the Clinch Pro barrel is better, so make sure to have this on. And then going into our final attachment, guys, we are going to the underbarrel here, and we're going to be adding on the X10 Phantom 5 hand stop grip. With this assault rifle having a high mobility and handling, I want to have this just as a run and gun assault rifle, so I'm adding on the X10 Phantom. This can help with sprint the fire speed, aim down sight speed, and also some vertical and gun kick control as well. A really good attachment. Now for our next weapon, guys, we have the BP50, which is still one of the top dogs here in Modern Warfare 3. It hasn't got a nerf. It's still one of the best weapons in the game. With the assault rifle having a fast fire rate, really good recoil control and everything, and high mobility and handling, I still classify this as probably one of the top 3 best weapons currently here in Modern Warfare 3 still. But for this class up, guys, we are going to start with the magazine here and add on the 45 round mag. A good mag size with this weapon having a fast fire rate, really good combo. We don't have to reload all the time. It's not really hurting the weapon as much. As you guys see here in the graph on the bottom left, the mobility and the handling is barely getting touched, although we have a lot of cons here. We're still moving fast around the map. We're aiming down sight still, shooting faster off a sprint, still reloading quick. Overall, just still a great attachment. A must-have attachment, in my opinion, for the BP50, so make sure to have this on for your first attachment. Now we're going to jump over here to the underbarrel here next, guys, and we're going to be adding on the X10 Phantom 5 hand stop grip. Now with this build, I want it to have a run and gun, just pure aggressive, get as many kills, don't care if I die, I just want to drop as many kills as possible with this build. So this is going to help with an aim down sight speed, sprint to fire speed, vertical recoil control, and gun kick control. Pretty important for this weapon. With this weapon having high mobility and handling already, this is going to help out a ton, helping us be more aggressive, aiming down sights lightning quick, shooting faster off a sprint, being more aggressive, also having better control of the weapon for any range. Really important here, so of course I do want to have this on here. Now, we're going to go over here to the muzzle next and actually add on a suppressor here, which is going to be the VT7 Spiritfire suppressor. Now, I don't really run suppressors much, but I don't really think they're really important anymore, to be honest, but we're going to be a little stealthy with this build, but also be aggressive. We're not going to show up on the radar, so basically being a ghost now. We're getting bullet velocity and range, which, to be more exact here, we are getting a 5% increase in our effective and minimum damage range, so our bullets are traveling a little bit further, hitting a little bit harder, taking one less bullet to kill. Also, we are getting an 8% increase in our bullet velocity and a little bit of extra recoil control to help the weapon be a little bit easier to control any range. But the main thing about this, we're being stealthy, the weapon's easier to control, also that damage range is also really important, so make sure to have this on for your next attachment. Now, for the barrel, guys, we are going to be adding on the Lore 9 Heavy Long Barrel. Now, this can help with bullet velocity and range, more gun kick control, recoil control, and firing aiming stability, which will come in clutch for this weapon. With the fire rate and everything, we do need a little bit of extra recoil control. We do need stability on this weapon, make it more calm, more smooth when firing and everything, but also we are getting extra damage range. So now we can take our gunfights to any range, have a nice time to kill, not have to sweat or anything like that, so make sure to have this on. And then what we're going to be doing is jumping all the way over here to the rear grip here and adding on the Trust IV grip tape, always on my weapon, always. If there was one attachment that I had to use for the BP50 and it was only one attachment, this would be the one. Firing aiming stability, recoil control, and gun kick control, which the main thing here is going to be that firing aiming stability. We're getting a lot of that, making the weapon super smooth, very calm when firing, and this attachment is just a must-have on this weapon. And then getting into our final weapon in today's video, guys, we have the HRM9, which this weapon also got a sprint to fire speed buff, making it really nice to use, be aggressive in the short maps like Shipment, Shoot House, Emergency, a lot of good brand new maps that came in, and this is going to be a very good class for those. Now, for this build, we are going to start with the magazine again and add on the 50-round drum. With the weapon having a fast fire rate, we don't want to have to fly through ammunition all the time, reload all the time, get hit in that COD timing, slow our flow down, so we will be adding on the 50-round drum, a very must-have attachment here in my opinion, so we're going to be adding this on for my first attachment. Now, for the rear grip, guys, we are going to be adding on the PCS 90 assault grip, gun kick control, firing aiming stability, and recoil control. I think all of these are super important to have on. With the weapon having a fast fire rate, not the best recoil control, we do need to have this on, make the weapon more calm, make it more smooth when firing, but also make it easier to control when firing as well. At any gunfight, up close, you're not going to have those problems, but in those medium to longer range gunfights, you do need to have some recoil control, so of course, we will be adding this on. Now, for the stock, guys, we are going to be adding on the folding stock. Now, this can help with firing aiming stability, gun kick control, and recoil control, which we're getting a lot of this. I think this is a really good attachment to have on. I think every single build I've seen from the HRM9, if it's Warzone, if it's multiplayer, it doesn't matter. This attachment needs to be on to make the weapon easier to control and everything. Also make it more stable, more calm. So, of course, we will be adding this on as well. Now, we're going to be jumping all the way over here to the muzzle next, guys, and we're going to be adding on is going to be the Zeman 35 compensated flash hider. It didn't get nerfed, surprisingly, so it's still the best muzzle here in Modern Warfare 3. We're going to shorten that radar ping. We're getting vertical and horizontal recoil control and also some more firing aiming stability. This thing is going to be super stable, really easy to control. You can take your gunfights to any range, be super accurate, have full control of the build, which is really important. So, of course, add this on. And then going into our final attachment, guys, we are going to the underbarrel here. And what we're going to be doing here, guys, is going to be adding on the Bruin Heavy Support Grip. This attachment is going to make this weapon super easy to use. It doesn't matter what range. It's going to feel like an assault rifle with a super fast fire rate, a nice time to kill, being accurate and everything, and you're really not going to beat that. This thing is super nasty. But those are the top 5 best weapons used here currently here in Modern Warfare 3 Season 3. If you try any of these builds out, let me know in the comment section if you drop any high kill games, and also let me know in the comments what is your favorite build. But guys, thanks so much for watching. You guys stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one.